everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be doing the controversial parenting tag. So yeah, let's just jump straight into this controversial parenting tag. So the first sort of subject is pro-life or pro-choice. So I'm really iffy with this one. So I would count myself as pro-life with exceptions. So I'm 100% pro-life for me. For other people, I think, so when people say my body, I could do what I want with it, I think, okay, but just think that it might be your body, but that's a baby, and I do think that life starts at conception, and they have a heartbeat really early on as well. Like, I personally couldn't see myself ever doing that, and I don't see how some people can willingly do it. I think in circumstances such as sexual assault, really like health conditions where it's not good for the baby, then go ahead, like you shouldn't have to go through with it. But I think if you just made a mistake, I think you should have to deal with your consequences, whether that being you put the baby up for adoption, or whether that be that you have to look after the baby. If you're not in any fit state to look after a baby, you don't want a baby, anything like this, I think personally maybe you should just put it up for adoption, because with babies it's not like they go into the care system. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, if you decide to put your baby up for adoption while you're still pregnant, they have a family. Like, they have a family straight away when you're pregnant. So by the time they're born, they've got a family, know full well they've got a baby coming. And I just think there's so many people out there who can't have kids, and people that would literally kill to have a baby, that I think if you don't want yours, then we should give them a chance. So if someone goes and gets an abortion, I'm not going to hold it against them. Obviously it's not what I really agree with, but I would never hold it against them, and I'm not one of them pro-life people that's going to start sitting there shouting and all this. Like, I'm not like that. It's just my personal opinion, and if you're going to get angry about me because of that, then that I think makes you a bit shallow, because I'm not saying that I would never be horrible to someone who had an abortion, because, okay, your choice, but personally I just don't think it's the right thing to do, and I do think there are other options. But yeah, we're just going to talk about that now. Next one is baby wearing. I don't see how you can be against baby wearing. Personally, I don't think I'm going to baby wear, just because, I don't know, I don't even know why I'm not. I just choose not to do it. But I think it's a great thing if you have a really clingy baby and they want to be with you all the time. Obviously, if you need to get things done, so I think baby wearing is a great option if you do have a clingy baby but you need to get things done, because you still have the use of your hands. So I think baby wearing is brilliant. Number 3 is circumcision. This is a big no in my mind. I think that you're mutating a boy's body. I'm obviously having a little boy, and I would never ever do that to him. I think it is so wrong to do it. I understand that people do it for religious reasons, but other than that, even then I mean, it's your religion, so I can't say nothing about that. I think you're mutating a body, and you're doing something to a body that doesn't need to be done. If there's health problems and they say this is how we can fix it, and this needs to happen, otherwise this or this, okay, then go ahead. But if you're just choosing to do that to your child, do that to your little innocent baby, I think that is very wrong, and I do not agree with it whatsoever. And the next thing is adoption. So I think adoption is a great thing, and I think my mum called me. Anyway, so adoption. I think adoption is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, there are so many children in the care system, and it is horrible. And my heart goes out to all of them. If in the future, when I want more children, I get told that I can't have any more, and I'm just unable to fall pregnant, I probably will adopt. I think that if you can adopt, then you are amazing, because I just think that that is absolutely amazing, giving a child a second chance at life. And yeah, I just think it's amazing. It's such an amazing thing. The next thing is baby piercing. So I'm not having a girl anyway, but if I was having a girl, I wouldn't get her ears pierced, just because I'm not really against it, but I personally wouldn't do it. I just don't think I would ever get my baby girl's ears pierced. Not that I'm having a girl, but if I had a girl in the future, I don't think I'll get her ears pierced. Just frankly, because say she grows and the earrings go like wonky or something, I don't know. And I just think that a baby is just a little better without earrings. The youngest I would pierce my baby's ears, not that I would do it, but I would get them pierced. It's probably about 2, because I know full well at 2 years old they can make their own decisions. I remember my niece, she's 4 now. When she's 2, she really wanted her ears pierced. She always used to go about getting her ears pierced, but then we explained to her that it's gonna hurt and all this, and then now she doesn't want her ears pierced, but she wears clip-on earrings. Yeah, I think as long as they're old enough to understand that it's gonna hurt, and they're gonna have holes in your ears, then I think it's fine. Like 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, as long as they understand it, I think it's perfectly fine. The next thing is breast or formula feeding. I think both of them are completely fine. I don't have anything against breastfeeding, and I don't have anything against formula feeding. Personally, I'm going to be formula feeding just because that's what I'm more comfortable with. That's how I'm going to feel more confident. I feel like I'll be a better mum if I do that. I've made a whole nother video on this, so if you want to watch that, I'll link it in the description, because I'm just not going to go into depth in that because I've already made a video on it. The next thing is cry out method. So I'm really iffy on this. I think if your baby's crying for a reason. I think if you put them to bed and this is right, I think when they're tiny, up to like 3 months old, I don't think you should let them cry it out, because they're clearly crying for a reason, and maybe they just don't like being alone. Okay, so I do not agree with cry out. But when they get to about 4 months old or older, and you try to put them in a routine and they're crying when you put them to bed, I think leave them for a couple of minutes, literally like 5 minutes. If they keep crying after that, then there's clearly something wrong, and you shouldn't leave them more than that. I think a couple of minutes is literally the max I could do, because if they're still crying after a couple of minutes, it's clearly more than they don't want to go to bed. It's clearly there's something wrong. So I don't really agree with cry out method, only for a couple minutes when they're a bit older. The next thing is smacking. So I think a little tap on the hand, literally just like a little no, or like a little tap on the bum is okay. When it gets more than that and you're actually hurting them, I think that is so wrong. When I mean a tap on the hand and tap on the bum, I literally mean like literally no. Just so they know this means no, and they know that's when you're being serious. I would never hit them actually wanting for it to hurt. Never, ever, ever. I just think a little tap, be like, no, that was bad, okay, but no, like, no proper hitting, no smacking, because I just don't agree with that. I just agree with a little tap, over and done with. So the next one is co-sleeping. I am all for co-sleeping. I think your baby is so used to being with you, they've been inside you for 9 months. If you want to co-sleep with your baby, then go ahead and co-sleep with your baby. I probably won't be co-sleeping, but we'll see how that goes, because I know for once, my baby was crying in the middle of the night, I might just put him in my bed with me. And but people say you're gonna roll on them, blah blah blah. I've slept with a baby in my bed before. You are fully aware, even in your sleep, that they're there. It's crazy, but you are fully aware that they are there, and you wouldn't even go near them. I think as long as there's no quilt on them or any pillows near them, I think it is totally fine to co-sleep. And yeah. The next thing is home/public school. I don't have a problem with homeschooling, but personally I will be sending my little boy to school, just because I think that's where they get all their socialising skills and things like that, and I just think he would get a much better education and social skills being at school than being at home, because let's face it, frankly, I ain't fit to be a teacher. So yeah, and I think it's nice to go to school, you know, and make friends and stuff. So I'll be sending my little boy to school. Next thing is vaccinations. So frankly, I don't want to sound rude, but people who don't vaccinate their babies are frankly stupid. Sorry, but you kind of are, because you're allowing your child not to be immune to all these dangerous diseases. And calling me. So I think if you don't vaccinate your child, you're then putting them at risk of getting any of the diseases, which they could then spread to the children who can't get vaccinated for medical reasons. So if your child can't get vaccinated for medical reasons, then that's nothing on you. But it is on you if you didn't vaccinate your child because you didn't want to, and they then get it and pass it to the children that couldn't be vaccinated. Yeah, I just think, why wouldn't you vaccinate your children? Why wouldn't you? Like, that's basically you saying that you're okay with them getting all these diseases, which is not okay. The next thing is medicating. If your child, in my eyes, if your child needs to be medicated, your child needs to be medicated. If your child's poorly, medicate them. If they're teething, okay, yeah, give them a bit of Calpol, give them some Bonjela, like, having their jabs, give them a bit of Calpol. It's not going to hurt them. If they're ill, they need something. If they've got a temperature, they need some, like, Nurofen to take it down or something. Like, you can't just not medicate them, because I mean, I medicate myself when I don't feel well, and if I'm ill, I go to the doctors to get medication. Like, I don't see how you could not be okay with medicating your child. Anyway, yeah, so I think if your child is medicating, your child needs medicating. And the final sort of category thing is cloth or disposable nappies. I think if you can use cloth nappies, then you're like a super mum, because personally, I'm going to be using disposable just because I think it's cleaner, and I know they're bad for the environment, but I'm not ready to be dealing with with cloth nappies yet. No way. Nothing against them, I think they're amazing. I think if you can use that, as I said, you're like a super mum. Like, if you can deal with washing your baby's dirty nappy, go you. But personally, I just think that disposable ones are just a little bit easier. So personally, that's what I will be using. So that is everything up in the controversial parenting tag, I'm pretty sure anyway. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give a big thumbs up, and please subscribe if you are new. I will be doing a lot more pregnancy, baby, and also videos. Also, comment any video suggestions that you have for me. So yeah, bye guys.